Hello and welcome everyone to another episode. Yes, I have created a Apollo style mission. It actually kind of has the shape of a Saturn V. I'm actually kind of surprised at that. Sort of. It if it could be round and all that other good stuff, that would make it even better. But yeah. So anyways, I'm not trying to replicate the moon mission of Apollo 11, but I'm trying to come as close as I possibly can with what I got. So I feel like this is the best version. Not to mention a few things I just couldn't really get down was the lander. The lander isn't 100% how the actual lander would be, but I feel like this is kind of the best possible lander I could make and all that other good stuff. But yeah, I have to shut these off because otherwise I will be using the RCS fuel in the lander, which I do not want to do. So anyways, let's get this off the ground. And yeah, I can't use SAS, which I just turned it on out of habit. SAS will destroy the rocket. It really, I mean, it's a stable rocket for the most part, but because of the SAS, constantly trying to fix, everything and, trying to shift all the weight loads around and all that other stuff, it really does screw it up a lot. So once we hit a speed barrier of 150 meters a second, we should be good, hopefully. This thing, the speed barrier of 150 meters a second is set by me, and that's kind of like a go, no go. Basically, if it passes that speed, it is space-worthy, because this thing does tend to break apart sometimes because of the overall size of the rocket. It tends to break apart really easily, and the struts don't hold so well, and you can see I'm having problems just keeping it straight in flight, and that mostly has to do with the fact of no SAS. So no SAS equals a wonky, weird flight. But overall, this rocket is fairly reliable. And it works out pretty well. I actually just made a change. That's why I kind of paused there for a second. I made a change to the rocket itself. I think I can use SAS. Yeah, I can. Now you'll see this main engine will burn out here in a little bit. It should be burning out here in just a few seconds. And there's a reason for that, mostly because we do not need to burn that much fuel. You'll see we kind of start losing some speed just a little bit, but we don't need to have this huge mainsail because we are so high. But overall, I've made a few little design changes here and there. Overall, it just makes it a little bit better every single time. Every launch I've had with this rocket so far it's gotten progressively better. So, and the amount of struts I've used, I mean, just look at this alone. I mean, there's just tons amount of struts just holding this thing together. And that has to do with the fact that I think because the Apollo style rocket, is basically one giant shell, and the shell's holding it all together. And this thing really isn't a shell. It's just tons and tons of little pieces all just kind of pushed together, holding it together as one. So we're gonna start doing our orbital tilts, our gravity turn, if you want to call it that, whatever. I just call it whatever. It works. The whatever works very well. But yeah. Now I feel like this rocket has, this stage should actually kind of last a little bit longer than it should, but I'm not going to make that change to it. I could probably slap on one of these, whatever they are, the skipper engines, and you probably would do just about the same thing, but I think I'm just going to keep this design for now. If somebody wants to go through and, have a better design or something like that, use the same kind of design as me, switch out this engine or whatever, cool, I don't care. Alright. So, we are going... Right now, I believe this stage mostly is to get you into a suborbital trajectory, with the Apollo rocket. And, I'm not 100% certain. I'm not ultra sure about how the Apollo flights actually took off. I've seen the stuff. You see it, you watch the movies, everything else. The documentaries and all that stuff. I'm not like 100% certain. They don't really cover it in depth, how the rockets actually took off, what stages broke off at what points, all that other stuff. I did some reading, but like I said, some reading. So let's get rid of this stage. And fire this rocket engine. There we go. We had a little explosion there. But yeah, this is another skipper engine. And hopefully this will push us out of a suborbital trajectory into an orbit. So, that once again, fingers crossed. We might end up falling back to Kerbin a little bit, but I don't know if that's actually going to happen. As long as we can get enough speed, we should be okay. And I don't think we got enough speed. But we're still gonna push forth. Once again, the amount of speed we need is we're almost there. It really just, there's not very much more that we need. It's not going to be a big deal. That's all I can say. We're almost, yeah, this is actually turning out to be a better orbit than my last video I shot. I've actually shot a couple of these videos so far, only because I've had a few minor problems with the rocket exploding, and I ended up screwing up one of the stages on the rocket, and there's just a lot of stuff that ended up getting screwed up. So overall, this one looks like it's going to be the best. Once again, not the greatest orbit either, but overall it should work out. So now we're in space, guys. We took our Apollo rocket to space. We have enough fuel to get us to the moon. Alright, so now we need to set up our burn towards the moon. And that is going to be like right here-ish, I believe. We might have to move it a little bit, but let's see. Alright, yeah, we're going to have to move it. So I want to get it at like around 40. 40 is kind of a good overall orbit for a Apollo style mission. Maybe 60 is okay too, but I generally stick around 40. That usually works really well as far as the altitude on the other side. If I leave it at 31 though, chances are, like if I burn to exact, and this is going to be a 42 second burn. Or, well, no, I actually, no, not 42 second, but, I gotta start at 42 seconds. So, yeah, no, I'm trying to, once again, I'm sure somebody's gonna comment and say that, this isn't exact for X, Y, and Z reasons, and, whatever. I'm going to try my best as far as, making sure that it follows. The other thing too is I'm not going to actually use the physics to turn the ship. I'm actually going to use RCS. So that's the other thing too. It's like I'm trying to keep as much realism in this flight as I possibly can. And I'm also considering landing on the moon using just the lander itself. Gonna be my first time I actually do something like that, but whatever. We'll try. See if it works. So I'm going to start my burn right now. And yeah, you know, so I'm going to be doing my transfer of, after I do this burn, I'm going to jettison this stage. Then afterwards, we're going to do, we're going to attach the lander to the command module. And then, you know, it's going to be a straight shot to the moon afterwards. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot, where is it? I can't even see anything. It's freaking dark. I did not put lights on the spacecraft because the spacecraft does not need lights. You know, we are going to the moon, and where is it? I put an antenna on here too. I can't see it though. It's hard to see in the darkness of space. There we go. So we got our satellite dish and our antenna, and you know, those are going to be for communication with Kerbin. You know, we can bounce it off these satellites here and all that other good stuff. My crappy stream of satellites that I have done nothing with ever since I launched them. So let's see. Bring this down to, I'm gonna bring it down to like, yeah, that works, because by the time we get into orbit it's gonna change a little bit. 31. So I'm gonna get a little bit off the planet, and then we're gonna start our, we're gonna jettison our moon stage, whatever it's called. Yeah, so let's get rid of that right now. And yeah, alright, that's good. Wow. Now I'm going to decouple. And we're going to, oh, yeah, alright. Gotta open up our shield here, whatever it's called. I really love how that comes out too. That's just so cool. Turn on SAS, and we are going to push forward just a little bit. We don't need to go too far. And then we're gonna just flip around. Once again, you don't need a lot of RCS just to flip around. It really doesn't require that much RCS fuel just to flip your spacecraft around real quick. Turn on our SAS, and then we're just gonna push forward. I'm gonna try not to use any docking help here at all, which probably isn't going to work in my favor in any kind of way, but considering how I've docked before, never seems to go in my favor. Alright. It looks like we're good, though. I think we're good. Yeah. There we go. That was amazing. So, yeah. Let's aim this thing towards the moon. Just flip around, and we'll be moonshot in no time. Oh god. Yeah, so you know, I put the satellite dish facing the opposite way because, you know, that, I don't know, that just kind of holds to realism, you know, as far as, the only problem is that if this could actually, because you can see it's just a bunch of struts holding the satellite dish, if it really just flipped up out like how it normally does, that would be amazing. So anyway, let's get to the moon. And hopefully our orbit isn't too crazy. It looks like we are set up as with an impact on the moon. Oh man, gonna have to. I think that had to do with the burning of RCS. So that kind of was the. I didn't really check anything. So let's just fix that real quick. Shouldn't be too much of a fix. I'll just use RCS to fix it. Just turn on RCS. There we go. Once again, it probably just happened because of the fact that I ended up, you know, switching the stages and all that stuff. So I should have accounted for that. Maybe they accounted for that. Maybe in going to the moon. I don't know. But yeah, overall, this mission looks like it's going to be fairly good success. The only thing I'm hoping is I can keep somewhat of a straight orbit. That's the only real problem that I'm hoping I can fix it somewhat, but you know, whatever. Coming in on the dark side too, which is amazing. Oh god. But you can look, I mean, it's a 6-hour flight so far. I mean, that's not too bad. I'd be okay with a 6-hour flight to the moon, even though it really takes 3 days. So, something like that. I think 3 days. Don't take my word for that. I love space and I love everything to do with space, but some things I don't claim to know because just not certain about it 100%. So, alright, we're just going to check to make sure our stages are correct still. I'm going to end up losing that ring. And I'm going to fire our engine. Get us in orbit around the moon. I'm just going to try to knock this orbit over a little bit so it's more centered. Turn off RCS. We do not need RCS. And then just kind of bring it back. There we go. Yeah, so it's lined up pretty well. I'm pretty happy with that. The other flight, I could not get it lined up that well. And, you know, as much as I tried, it just didn't work out so well. So, I don't want to get below 40 with this. Alright, that works. Alright, now I'm just going to go around one time and then just kind of correct our burn. Our initial burn, I should say. I don't know how they did it on the moon missions, or if they even bothered with stuff like that. They definitely had to. They had to account for it, at least. So let's just kind of correct this. See what we can get. For those of you who don't like long videos, I apologize, because you probably hate me right now for how long this video is going to be. But I plan on landing them and getting them back. At least trying. So, definitely isn't going to be one of my shorter videos. So I'm going to do my... I shouldn't have done my burn there. Just bring it around a little bit closer. I'm never exact with my burns, which is like always my problem. So, let's get this down. I think that's the best we're gonna get. Bring it a little bit more. There we go. 39, 39, it's at least within 39. Alright, turn off this RCS, it's freaking out. And we're gonna wait until we get to the light side just to do the transfer because it's easier and I can actually see. So, it should work out a little bit better. So, now we gotta transfer. Imagine if they actually had to do this way, you know, with the Apollo landings. Like, they couldn't get from one module to the other, so they actually just had to do a spacewalk in order to get to the other one. Where is it? There we go. I think... Yeah, Gilbert. You will... Oh my god, he's losing. We're losing him. We need to get to the other side of this thing. Whoa. I'm never 100% certain on doing spacewalks, on which way does what sometimes. I'm just like stupid like that, I guess, or something. All right, come on. There we go. And Joeing, I think, yeah, Joeing, you were going to the surface. You, sir, have a cool name. I like Joeing as a name. I would not name my kids Joeing, but I like Joeing. I wouldn't name anyone Joeing, but I like your name, okay? I'm just gonna stick with that. I don't think anyone should have the name Joeing. Alright, yeah, what am I doing? Get in. There you go. Alright, so where are we? Now, I kind of want to do this landing somewhat here-ish. I could have swore we had a moon space station, or a moon base there, or something. Did that all just go bye-bye or something? Maybe this is a different crater. I don't know. So, you know, I don't think I'm going to land in a crater because of the rockiness of the crater, but I think I'm going to land somewhere around here. So, it's time to decouple the lander. We're going to have to... I'm just going to align this up a little bit just to make it easier for the next... for when we go to rendezvous back. So, just bring this around a little bit. There we go. And now we're going to decouple our lander. Oh, I should turn these on right now. I had a problem with that in my last video. You know, I shot a video before this, and I ended up encountering a few problems with staging and a few other things. So let's just undock these right now. And turn on our RCS and SAS. Push ourselves away. There we go. One thing that's really handy to know too is F is your SAS too. F will do the same thing as SAS does, but the only difference is F is temporary. So we're gonna have to start our burn here soon. I'm gonna change this because that's one thing I didn't change, and yeah, so this lander overall, I mean, I tried to replicate it and I tried to keep it as small as possible, but you know, there's only so much you can do, and you know, this game only permits so much, and then afterwards it just doesn't really look the same. You know, you really, like, I wanted to copy how the lander actually looked as far as like the Apollo lander, but you just can't do it, you know. Alright, so let's activate this engine, and we're gonna start our landing here soon. So, alright, if I land it, the one thing I do have a problem with is taking off, so hopefully I'll be able to solve that. And there goes our command module. I did name it Apollo 11. Now I can turn off the SAS because this engine does gimbal. So, you know, I'm trying to hold somewhat of a realistic flight. You know, I'm really trying to. So, you know, forgive me. You know, if this engine isn't exactly, if it doesn't gimbal or whatever, I think it does. You can turn the, I think you can turn the gimbaling off. So, if you can turn the gimbaling off, then it has gimbaling. I can jettison the engine. That would be amazing. Yeah. So, let's get this thing landed already. I'm gonna kill the engine. That way we can get more of a free fall. Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm just going to do a little bit more of a burn here, just to kind of bring this more into a fall than a an arc type, you know, whatever, suborbital trajectory. I mean, either way, it's a suborbital trajectory, but I just kind of want it to more of have a fall than like a gradual drop. So let's bring this. This is going to be probably my best landing, or at least try to be my best landing. Now I can't burn more than half my fuel. I think if I burn more than half, then basically I'm screwed. So I mean, even if it's a little bit under, I should be able to use RCS to control, but I don't really want to cheat it, so to speak. So. But taking off will have a lot less weight, you know, but, you know, maybe if they grab a little bit less moon rocks or something, we'll be okay. Just, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Now, I am going pretty freaking fast for a landing, and it's mostly a reason for that. There always is. Let's see, I gotta line up. I think we should be able to slow down in time. I hope. Bring this over. Alright, that's good. Bring this over. There, that's perfect. Bring this over. See, this is the best part about small landers, is you can correct stuff really easily with keeping SAS on. You know, compared to... Alright, slow down. The engine, I should say. Turn it off. You can do a lot more corrections easily with just, you know, without having to worry about a lot. So, alright, come on, let's get this in the center. Come on, get in the center. Come on. There we go. I think this should be close enough. Alright, there we go. Speed up. We're gaining too much speed. But yeah, this is looking amazing. You know, I'm pretty happy with how this is going. Wow, there's just a flash. Don't know what that was. Amazingness. The game was flashing at how epic we were. Oh, did I get it on center? Finally, I got it on center. Something good actually happened. Oh god. Yeah, yeah. This way, this way, this way, this way. There we go. Now we need a shadow, because I don't know how far off the ground we are. I've never landed in this site before, so we should be getting close at least. Yeah, there's our shadow. Coming in pretty freaking quick too, I do say. I will say too, they updated the textures in this game, and it just looks amazing. That's all I have to say. Good job. There we go. Not the best landing ever. I don't think the lunar lander was designed to bounce, so let's get this ladder down. Dauge, you no, just stop it. We'll get Gilbert. Yeah, I think Joeing. You know, I was talking a lot about Joeing. Yeah, Joeing. Yeah, you are very stupid, aren't you? Yeah, so... yeah, I guess I'll show off the, what is this? I guess that's our other flag that we planted or something? Let me see. There's something that's relatively close. Okay, you know, that is the moon torch, once again. Oh, great. We landed next to the moon torch. But, yeah, so... Anyways, we should plant our flag. And I don't even know what it actually says on any of the plaques that they've made on Apollo 11. I do know that it says like I forgot what it was. It's like, we come in peace or something like that, or I can't even remember, but whatever. I know it says like here landed Apollo 11 at X, Y, and Z date 1969. And like I guess we come in peace, or we for all mankind, or something like that. So I guess we'll put I don't even know. Mudkips? Yeah, I'll just stick with Mudkips. There we go. So if we read our plaque, yeah, there you go. So he looks pretty happy right now, I do say. His jaw, I don't know, he looks like he's expressing all kinds of emotions right now, and I can't really tell which one. Yeah, that's just... So I think I'm gonna get the other guy out here. We can do our little spacewalk for a minute or two. And why do you fall out? Yeah, so that is just awesome. But yeah, so anyways, enough of this spacewalk stuff. There's nothing we can do here. And we'll switch over to the other guy here. Oh, the flag has become an entity now, so... Alright, let's get back in our spacecraft. And... we're gonna get on, and we're gonna wait a little bit until this is our target spacecraft. Oh, they've added that too. That's kind of cool. Yeah, you can see stupidity and courage. That's freaking hilarious. So, anyways, we landed at 270, so that means if we take off, we gotta go at 90. We gotta burn towards 90, I think. So I think we have to wait until our spacecraft is like right here-ish. That works. I'm going to quick save though, just in case. If anything happens, I will basically just reset. I left the SAS on too. I hope I didn't kill all my SAS fuel. Alright. So let's take off. Don't need this. And we don't need our landing legs anymore either, do we? So, see you later. Like I said, not 100% accurate. And I think if we take off going this way, this will be the way we need to go. Yes, it is. Amazing. See what happens when you actually pay attention to things in class, kids? Yes. Oh, we left our ladder down too. Yeah, just, we'll forget that happened. Now, hopefully... 39, yeah, that is actually almost perfect. So hopefully these will meet up, or at least come close. Probably not, but you know, I've really tried this a couple times before and it just really doesn't work out. So we need to do a burn towards... Why does this say retrograde? It shouldn't even say retrograde. Oh god. Oh, it says retrograde because we're so close to our target. Yeah, that's right. I mean, this is looking like absolutely amazing, though. I do have to say. We do have enough fuel. We're good on fuel, and you know, hopefully this. Wow, that is really far away. I didn't plan this out very well. We just need to burn towards our target, I think. That will fix it. I really like how I got the descending and ascending nodes basically almost perfect. So we should be moving towards our target now, I believe. You know, I really don't think we're going to have enough time to actually get towards our target, but whatever. And I know I just used SAS a couple times, or at least maneuvered a couple times without using RCS, but I'm sorry. I forget sometimes. It looks like it's getting closer. No, it's not. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some, finagling here. Once again, they probably didn't do this on Apollo 11, so... Let's see what I can get. Trying my best, guys. I'm trying my best. Alright, so that isn't going to be a really good intersect at all, so... This actually looks like it's going to be a fairly decent intersect. 20? We're getting a little bit closer every single time, so... Let's just make sure that I'm not actually, like... Alright, yeah. So, you know, we're gonna keep on getting just a little bit closer and closer and closer. But I do think I only have enough fuel to do one more burn to get really close, and then after that it's going to be RCS. So, try to do it without any fuel. Oh God. Bring these around. Oh God, now it's coming back. This is looking actually really good. We're gonna get a little bit closer, and then I'm just gonna do a direct burn directly towards it, and hopefully that works. Alright, let's see. Keep getting just a little bit closer. Let's see how much this works in our favor. Alright, I think it's plateaued. once again, to get finite, like very fine controls, it really does suck with this thing. So it's just not, you can't get very good control. Alright, come on, come on. It's so hard to control this. Alright, burn. Finally. I'm sure they didn't have to deal with this on Apollo 11. But they had a lot more things to deal with, so. Let's see. Alright, swing this over a little bit. Come on, bring it down, swing it over. And let's see how close we get before, slowing this thing down is not an issue, so. You know, you can see just maneuvering it is not an issue. Hopefully, just fingers crossed, we can dock on the light side. So, you know, it's not going to be intensely hard to dock. I don't know if we completed a full orbit, though, so. My God. I'm just so not used to this being so easy to control. Now we're going to switch over to RCS controls. You can see we're basically almost no fuel left. There we go. RCS. Push forth. Speed up time for the sake of recording. Oh God. And slow down. Once again, lucky. We got such a very nimbly-bimbly spacecraft where you can just stop it on a dime almost. I mean, basically all it is 2.5 tons right now, and you know, whatever the RCS weight and this stuff. You know, the fuel and the engine too, I should say, because the engine is basically, you know, some weight, but it's not serious. So let's get this command module lined up here. It shouldn't take too long. Alright, yeah. The command module just needs to go up a little bit more. Up, up. There we go. And, you know what? I'm gonna actually change this a little bit. Like that. Because this isn't really, lined up that well. And I can't see where... Alright, there we go. Just bring this down. Come on. Yeah, for those of you who hate my long videos, I'm sorry. This is just too epic not to record most of it, or at least all of it. I should switch over to chase cam, but I really don't want to. So this is looking good to me. You know, I am gonna switch over to chase cam. And I changed my mind on the, you know, I guess, you know, it's too late to say it now, but, you know, I did change my mind on that whole I'm gonna land inside the rover thing. Just, no. I ended up trying to shoot that, and it was kind of just a pain. So start moving towards our spacecraft, our target spacecraft, instead of away. We're pretty well locked up right now, as far, you know, let's get going. I'm surprised that it's taken me this long, though, to recreate a spacecraft like this, so. But overall, I mean, this spacecraft worked very well for its intended purpose. Shouldn't these be docking up? Yeah, there we go. I'll turn off SAS. And there we go. Turn off RCS. And I'm going to cut here and transfer the crew. And then we're going to head out. And we're back, guys. Yeah, so I transferred them out. Yeah, it's been a little crazy. They enjoyed their moon stay for the whole 5 seconds that they landed. You know, if you guys want to see me do a landing inside of a cockpit, I'm going to try again. What I'm going to do is I'll maybe just shoot like an episode of landing on the moon. Come on. Wow, it's just spazzing out. Wow. No, I'll shoot like maybe like an episode or something of me landing on the moon and just using nothing but the you know, whatever, the freaking camera thing. Now, to get a return is going to be kind of a problem because you have to set it up to where you get the shortest. Let me turn off SAS. Maybe that's causing some problems. I think it is. You want to get the shortest return trip, basically, so you don't have to do much of a burn. So I think that is going to be our closest. If I add to it, I think it will bring us in even closer. That, I think, is going to be the closest we can get as far as a return. So turn on RCS, point towards retrograde, and we'll just wait a minute here or two until we can do our, you know, return to Kerbin. And wow, RCS is just spazzing out. Now, this lander, we are going to decouple, and we're just gonna leave it in orbit around the moon because I don't know how they exactly, where they decoupled the landers. So I'm gonna just get rid of it right now. We don't need it. Serves us no purpose. And I'll just RCS a little bit just to push us away. A few meters a second is all we need. And we need to do a 17-second, or we need to start on the 17th. Wow. Well, we have to wait until 17 seconds. Yes, that works. But yeah, I hope you guys are liking this video. Sorry how long it's going to be, because I know that this video is going to probably be about an hour long, if not close to it. So, alright, start burn. Now, what this is going to do is this is going to put us back into orbit around Kerbin. Now, if I were to keep it into the same orbit that we have, we would eventually rendezvous back with the moon again, basically, and we would be back in, you know, basically come right back to the moon. And how low is that? Alright, I'll kill it right now. And we're basically sort of using the moon as a slingshot, in a sense, to put us back in orbit around Kerbin. So, you know, hopefully it all works out. the way I'm hoping. Sometimes this game does bug out, sometimes with the navigation and stuff like that, which it really just freaks out. I've had it where sometimes it says, okay, well, you're about to leave the orbit of the moon, and then, yeah, it just didn't happen. So, I'm gonna put this at like so we're like around 40,000, something like that. So, alright, turn off the time warp and the RCS. SAS, turn on RCS, there we go. And there we go. Retrograde, once again. And it says to wait, but I think I'm just going to do it right now because it really won't matter much. I'm just going to bring this down to 40,000 feet, and we're just going to come in very, very, lightly. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to set up orbital mechanics and stuff like that. I'm not going to extend this video any longer than it already has been extended, but you can see they have been sent to Kerbin, or they've been sent to the moon. Well, from Kerbin to the moon. Yeah, there you go. From Kerbin to the moon. So this is pretty good here. Once we get closer to Kerbin is when I will get rid of the command module, and they will be ready to splash down somewhere in a ocean, hopefully, or on land, whichever one works. It looks like it might be an ocean. I can't really see. So they won't die either way. There is 3 parachutes on this thing, so. And I don't know if this is going to be... Yeah, I think that will be slow enough. So they're going to decouple the... We are going to decouple the command module, and that will be our end of our flight, basically. And then after that, I will see you on the surface of Kerbin. Well, you'll see them on the surface of Kerbin. I don't want to cut yet, because, we got to show this reorbiting, or the deorbiting effects and all that other good stuff. So I think we've decoupled it. No, we didn't. There we go. Now we did. We've done it, guys. We've done it. So, let's see. I'm going to wait until... Turn off... Yeah, there we go. Just turn this stuff off. Now, I'm going to have to line up here, and this is going to be fun because I can't even... Oh, God. They're all gonna die. They're gonna burn up. Oh, yeah, now we're in the atmosphere, so it should be a little bit easier to control. Speed it up just a little bit. I want to get these re-entry effects. You can see our orbit is being brought down as well, because we are going so fast. It'd be amazing if we were actually going so fast that we shot through the atmosphere and then just came right back out again. But I don't think that's going to happen. There we go. There's our re-entry effects. I can't keep it lined up in the way I want it to be without making it look like we're gonna burn up. It doesn't line up itself. So we're gonna pop those chutes here in a second. Yeah, there we go. Hopefully we didn't lose our chutes. But yeah, that's just looking amazing. Let's just see. Yeah, we are definitely not going to shoot back out of the atmosphere or anything like that. And we are landing over land. Landing on land. In the middle of the desert, too. That I might add. It's even better. So I'll just speed this up. The re-entry effects are about to disappear anyways. There we go. I'm glad that Time Warp didn't screw up the parachutes, because it used to do that all the time. It's actually quite annoying. But yeah, so that concludes our flight, guys. I should have closed that shield a while ago. Whatever. But yeah, we've went from Kerbin to the moon and back. You know, if you like what you see here, subscribe. You know, I'm having problems with my Facebook account still and all the other good stuff, but yeah, I always try to post my latest videos on there or whatever, so, you know, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and yeah, I will see you next time.